because the president of South Africa, you don't fight for us. They want to take us away. For what? They give many foreigners here. For what? What foreigners to do for them?
So you want to be taken out of South Africa? Which country do you think that you'll be safe in?
Okay, you see, foreigners, us foreigners, we didn't do anything. Us foreigners, we are innocent.
Which country do you want to be taken into?
Any country. We want to go to Dubai. Dubai is the USA. They are not foreigners. The USA, they don't treat foreigners like this. Us foreigners, we didn't do anything.
Live on News from Africa. What is it that you want? What is it that you want?
We don't want. As you want, no more South Africa. As if in Zimbabwe, if in Botswana now, we must leave this country. We don't want anymore. You can see the way they're treating us since yesterday. They're chasing us. We didn't even rest, not even sleep. They said this is early in the morning. We didn't even brush even water by our mouth. Where's the international law? Where's the international law? Where's the international law? We don't have place to go. They want us to Kalija to kill us. Where's the international law? International law, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
We have another person here who's with the family. What is it that...
This is not law. What I know in life, this is not law. Why they killing the foreigner? 2008, there was doing xenophobia. There was killing people. I never seen the court. One of South Africa guy passed in court because he killed foreigner. We never saw it. What about they want to do now? Kid of 1 week. What they done here? I never saw it. South Africa, they don't like foreigner at all. 1 month baby inside, they are shooting. Look, that moment's naked. Look, that moment's naked. This is not law.
The African court on Monday granted an order to Cape Town authorities to remove hundreds of refugees who have been squatting for 4 months on a busy street of the popular tourist destination.
You know, Zimbabweans, they so much want to be South Africans. I've never seen people with no pride. But for them, I'm Nigerians, and they're going to be taking surnames of South African ladies. I've never seen people with no pride. They want to be South Africans by hook or crook because they've messed up their own countries. You know, African foreigners, there's something else. Yes, there's something else in Fetu. And wherever they go, they mess up things. I mean, make this make sense. You run away from your Nigeria because you don't have toilets, there's defecations in the street, there's no order, 100 million people live below poverty. You go into a country in search of greener pastures. When you get there, you do exactly what you're doing in your country to lower the standard. It's like me, from Soweto, the township, I'm saying, you know what, I see the suburb, they're living well. When I get to the suburb, I start noise pollution.
That the foreign nationals who were calling on the United Nations to take them, or rather to make them leave, or provide necessary resources for them to leave South Africa. Some were saying that South Africa is no longer safe for them. And today we are seeing a standoff between those foreign nationals who are staging a sit-in just outside the United Nations offices. And currently there's a man who's down. We're not sure yet what is happening. He is though breathing, so he is alive, and some foreign nationals have been taken into these police vans behind me. A number of people are being removed, and the kids are also being taken by the police whose parents have been arrested due to these fights. And if I may ask Lungile to walk this area, there are other people here who are also being arrested by the police.
They don't know exactly why they are just doing these things to the foreign nationals. And also, the government of South Africa, they must know that the whole world is watching this as a kind of this kind of xenophobia. It was almost all that past years. It happens and it happens and it happens and again.
South African people all the time, when they started striking, they started from foreign nation. We don't know why their issue. Why all the time they're attacking us? We have no problem. We are not working under government. We are working for our own self. We are fighting for our...
South African IT put on. If you get a you are going to Crisane Paraguay. South African ID, but no foreigners allowed in Krisani, Paraguay. South African ID, no foreigners, no asylum, no passport. South African ID, only South Africans are allowed here. South African ID, no foreigners allowed. South African ID. If you are going to Krisani Paraguay, South African ID. Identify yourself or you're not going in.
Sometimes guys, deporting over 3 million foreigners will not going to fix even the half of the problem that we have in this country. And that is why the economy is getting strained like this. Deporting over 3 million, I can even say 4 million, is never going to fix even the half of the problem that we have in this country. We can go from here, but still the problem that South Africa is facing will still be here. Load shedding, high unemployment rate. To just mention that too, because I know the list is endless. So you guys need a different approach on how to deal with foreigners. Chasing them is so outdated, because even if we go, others will still be here, because there are others who have a permanent residency. They will still be here. So deporting will not work. Need a different approach.
Trying to seek assistance from the United Nations and forcing the authorities to help them. And this is when now the police were called in, because they were starting to get violent and very aggressive. So the police were called in to try and restore calm in this area, but a scuffle broke out and the situation turned violent. That is when now police came in and started trying to calm the situation, and people were being arrested, and some have been taken into these police inyalas. But it's very chaotic out here. We're trying now to move closer to where they staged a sit-in. This is the area where they've been staying for over now a month, and kids were not being led to go to school.
See what they are doing to us. You can see the way they are treating us. We are human beings. We have right to fight. We are fighting for properties.
Yes, I want to go. I'm waiting for UN. They must come. I'm sick and tired for this country. I'm suffering a lot. I want to go. I want to go.
What is government South Africa? What is it? Where is Mandela's government?
Emotions are very high. People are angry, high emotion. One lady is saying that she just wants to leave, even if it's going back to her home country, as I said earlier on, and they have nowhere to go at this very moment. And they're asking, where is the government when law enforcement officers are treating them in this manner? With the roads blocked, they have nowhere to go. They're basically in the middle of the road with law enforcement officers blocking.
Raise concern. However, the asylum seekers say they want to be given a new life in another country.
We want the UNHCR to attend us. Actually, we don't even see them. And we want the whole world to see what is happening right now in South Africa and what South Africa government is capable of. They don't care about human beings, as you are considered like animal. They need to kill us like just animal.
The city had complained of unhealthy odors from the use of streets and sidewalks as toilets. The judge said in a ruling, adding the smell was unbearable. The noise, fight and sexual acts in public by the respondent raised concern. However, Judge Daniel Tualera said that the city had a right to uphold its bylaws which prohibit sleeping, washing, defecating or cooking on the street. The city sought the injunction after around 700 foreign nationals, mainly from DR Congo and Burundi, moved into Cape Town Central Green Market Square last year.
We are representing all the communities, and we are here and we have gathered here today with different civic organizations here.
is 35 plus Civics. That we need the intervention, not necessarily the attention of the president, but that we need his intervention. Because of we believe and we understand that the president has failed us. He was supposed to represent us because he took an oath. You understand? That is going to represent us. We are having an influx today. People are not working today because of this undocumented foreign nationals. We are having people are working in our spaces that are they claim to be as a rare skill. There's no rare skill in what the foreign nationals are now doing. We are having people that are graduates here. We've got
that South Africa is a good country, because in our country there is war. We can't say that we want to go back home, because it's even there too there is war. They're killing people. And now I think South Africa is a bad country because they're killing us for no reason.
On Wednesday, Johannesburg was on high alert for most of the day.
It's going to get better because we end up dying here, you see. We love to stay in South Africa, but if the South Africans doesn't like us to stay here, then... And whilst they don't tell us to go, they just deter. Some of us, they're being killed.
For some of them, the thought of...
At the end of the day, these people will be viewed as xenophobic, but French speaking, they are not xenophobic. Remember, many South Africans in this country are suffering. You know, there is a racist strategy that is being applied by employees.
So far, Dudula's rallies have been peaceful. President Cyril Ramaphosa has warned companies against hiring undocumented foreigners.